Hello everyone, you're welcome. This is Kingsley from KingspetDesigns. If you're just joining me for the first time, please ensure you subscribe to my channel and don't forget to hit on the notification bell so that you get notified each time I upload new video. One of the greatest challenges most video editors usually encounter is usually the size of their video each time they export their video. You tend to see that most of them usually have a very large size in their video. So now in today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how I edit my video and I step it down from a size of something like, let me say, 1.5 gig to maybe 100 MB or even lesser than that. So I'm going to be showing you how I do that without even affecting the quality of my video. So now, for example, I will be showing you how I exported this particular video and this size. You can see this a video I created. This is one of my tutorial video I created. So you can see I'm going to export. This is just about a 9 minutes, or let me say average of 10 minutes video. So I'm going to show you how I exported this. Now you can see I have, with this, I came to file, then click on export. Once you click on export media, so when you click on media, you are going to, it's going to open up export panel so that you export your video. You can see when I exported this for the first time, I used this default settings the way it is now. I actually use this default settings. Now let me show you something here. There's something I'm going to show you here now. You can see by the time I export this video, all my settings, I'm leaving it the way it is. Now if I want to change the name, I'm using to save this. Now I'll come to this place, click on this particular section, then from here you can change the name you want to use to save it. You can actually save it. Like now I'm going to save it into this particular folder. Now change the name to whatever you want to name it. I've already done that, so I'm not going to save it. So I'm going to now, for example, click on save. You will see the name here. So now you can select several export formats you want. For the first video I edited, I exported, I used this particular settings. Then you can choose any of these. I left it everything default the way it is. You can see now from this section where we have, and click on this to reduce this. On this side now, I left everything still the way it is. The way it is now, that was how I left everything. And I now click on export. By the time I click on export, it started exporting, but I noticed that it was taking a very long time exporting, and I patiently waited to when it was about 66%. I waited to up to 66%, and guess what? The size I came up with was, it exported. This is the size I came up with. Let me show you the size now. You can see after exporting for like 66%, not the full video, you can see I have up to, I was still having, that's the export size was about 1.44 gig, and this is just 66% of the video. So now I was like, how am I going to upload this particular video online with this particular size of, because I wanted uploading this particular video online. So it was giving me a kind of difficulty, so I decided to go into using another different settings. Now let me show you something. Now the second settings I came up with, I actually went to, now if you are editing your video probably for YouTube video, just as I'm doing, you can come to this place where we have, you can ensure you select HD264. Ensure you select that. Once you select that, this is my HD264. I'm going to now, on this side, I'm going to scroll down to where you have YouTube HD full. That's this, the one with, you can see the one I'm choosing, this one with full HD. I'm going to choose this, the one with full HD. You can see it over here. So now after choosing that particular one, you can rename it to the name you want to use. You can see this is my using YouTube output. This is this dimension is going to use. This the dimension is going to use the resolution, and why, or my original footage. This is the orientation, I mean the dimension I actually use. So now what I'm going to be doing now is to I'm going to minimize this, come to where we have our settings. Now you can actually tweak it to actually change this particular settings to the one you want. Like for example, I don't want to actually export it with this particular size. I can decide to change it. Let's say I'm going to change it to 80 by 320. You can see it actually changed to the default. And now if you look at this particular side, what I'm having here, you can see that it estimated the size for me to be 1.2, about 1.2 gig. That's 1207 MB. That's what the size is going to look like. So now I'm going to show you, since it's going to be a YouTube and this particular video is just a video whereby I'm not really having much movement to talk about the resolution. That's in terms of let me show you what I'm referring to. When I come to ensure on this your profile, does your encoding settings, ensure on the profile it is high, ensure it's on high. Then I'm going to do something here. When I come to this side, here is something here on the bitrate, on your target bitrate. So now I'm on this default one, it comes with 16, which is a very good settings for your YouTube video. But since this particular video doesn't have to, there's no much, I'm not actually working with something that has to do with much bitrate, as in movement on my background like that. So I will actually try to change this particular settings to something like 6. So I'm going to, like on this one, the target bitrate should be 5, and also the maximum should be 6. You can use this particular settings. Now if I should accept it, now you can see that if you check my size, now you can see that I've been able to change to export this thing from, reduce it from 1000, about 1002 gig to 393 MB. So now you can see, this is actually where it affects the size of your video. If I should click on this side again, and let me say I make it the target bitrate to be, let me say something like 4, and maybe here should be 3 or 5, you can see that it's actually going to still reduce it down again. If I should change it to something lesser, but just know that the lesser you are taking it is actually going to affect your output a little. But now you can see that, okay, I'm going to return it back to what the usual one I was having. Let me say 6, and here should be within 5. You can see that I've succeeded in reducing my video to this particular 393 MB. So by the time I click on export, after doing this, you can decide to click. I will advise you select all this, use maximum, ensure you select use maximum quality, render quality, ensure you select that. And also on this side where you think on render at maximum depth, ensure you tick it also to make it so that your quality will still be very okay. So now I'm going to click on export. Once you click on export, I'm not going to click on export now because I've already done that. I've already exported this particular video. So now once you click on export, after I exported my own video, I was able, after the thing finished exporting, this was the size I came up with. I realized the size to be, it reduced from the initial, this was the size I came up with, 291 MB, which is perfectly a lesser size compared to what we have the other time. So now I actually still saw that this particular size is a bit too high. You might see it is still high for you to be able to upload to your channel. So now you'll be wondering, what am I going to do to still keep my quality on my video and get this size a little bit lesser? So this is the final stage I'm going to go to now. This time around, I'm going to introduce another software which I'm going to be using now.
It's still a video editor. Most of my video, to be frank, most of my video I do them using the editor Filmora. I'm going to be going to Filmora. Filmora is the editor I'm going to be using to step this particular size down. So now if you can get, I'm using Filmora 9.3, so you can actually get this downloaded and ensure after downloading it you install it and open up. Once you open it up, you open a new project. So now you'll be having your plane. So now I'm going to, what you're going to do, I've already imported my video here. I'm going to click, you're going to come to import media and click on import. Once you click on import, you are going to, it's going to take you where you are going to select the particular file you want to, or you can also do that by coming to where you have, you can also come to your media file, that's where you have the work, and just click on it and drag it into this particular place. It's going to export your video for you. I've already dragged it in here, so that's why I didn't drop it. So after bringing your video into this place, what you just do is to click on it and drag it down to your timeline, just as I did. I click on it and drag it down to my timeline. So now you can see this is the video I'm actually working with. So now this is the video. So what I'm going to be doing now is to export this video again. I'm going to export it this second time. Once you click offline, you can continue. So now what I'm going to be doing now, after clicking on export, this is the video. So what I did was, let me show you the best settings I use for this so that it will still retain your quality. So after this video, after exporting this video, I'm going to play the two of them so that you see the quality, how the both of them looks like. The one exported using Filmora and the one exported using Premiere Pro. I'll show you the two. That's the one I reduced to 293 MB and the one that I'm going to reduce now again. I'm going to show you the two different video, how their sizes are. So now, I mean how their quality is. So I'm going to be showing you the best settings here, as I said. Now for example, I'm going to be exporting this. It was actually an MP4 file while I exported it. Now I'm going to still export it to an MP4. You can see from, let me go back and show you something. You can see the format here. We're having it as, okay, let me, on this one now, if I show you the format, you are seeing it as an MP4 file. So I'm still going to reduce it, but this is the original size, that's 291 MB. So now I'm going to now reduce this particular video to a lesser size. So now from here, now you can give it the name you want to. Like for example, let me still copy the name here. Let me copy the name here, copy it, then I'm going to paste it here and maybe give it, add Filmora to it so that I will differentiate it. So now after this, I'm going to come to where we have our settings. Come to settings. This is the location where you are going to save it, to ensure you select your own location. I'm going to leave it my own the way it is. So I'm going to now come to settings. On my settings now, what you are going to notice, okay, now let me return it to how it was default. On default, this is, maybe you might be seeing it as this size. Don't be scared. This is the, I'm going to give you the best settings to reduce it to probably something lesser than 100. So now on default, you might come in and see something like this. You can see as I'm changing, you are seeing the size also is changing. So now I'm going to come to where we have this side. I'm going to choose the particular resolution I want. I want this particular resolution. So I'm going to now come to where you have this particular side. I'm going to make it, in case you're not having this, you can choose. I'm actually using H2, the same H264. Ensure you choose that. Then on this side, you should be having seen something like this. If I should take it down to maybe something like 2000, and maybe yours will be something like this, and I bring it down, you can see I'm now having from 290 something, I'm having this particular size 155. So I'll come back to my settings again. Let me shift it here, come back to my settings. If I should reduce this to, let me say, my audio bitrate, I reduce it to 96. If I should reduce it to 96, you can see that it's going to still step down a little. So I'm going to go back inside again. I'm going to reduce this and make it 1000. The bitrate for the video, I'm going to make it 1000. One thing you should know, the higher your bitrate, the higher the size of your video is going to be. The higher your bitrate, the higher the size of the video, and the quality also to be a bit higher. So now let's see something here. I'm going to click on OK now. If I should click on OK, you can see that it will reduce, it actually reduces it to something like 81 MB. Maybe after exporting this video, it might even be lesser than this, or in some cases it might be a little bit higher than this, but you can see that it's a far lesser size compared to what we are having the other time. So now I'll now click on, you can ensure you enable this, enable GPU acceleration to make your video faster. So now I'll now click on export. Once you click on export, this is going to come up. You just wait for it to finish exporting. I'm actually going to cancel this because I've already exported it already, so I'm going to close this. But yeah, so now let me go back and show you the actual where I have this file saved. So now come to, this is my output folder for femoral work. Now on that particular video, this is what I have. So now after exporting, I was able to realize, I was able to step it down from the one that I have from Premiere Pro, which was 291. I've been able to reduce it to something like 93 MB. So you can see what we are now having. This is a very good size for us to upload. At least it saves us more time uploading. So now you can see when I close this down, I'm going to play these two videos. Like for example, let me play the two videos. I'm going to play this. This is the video. So now this is what I'm having now. This is for the first one. That's the one with 93 MB. I'm going to keep it somewhere. Let me try and reduce it and drop it somewhere. Okay, this is what I'm having. Let me go to the other one and play the other one also. I'm going to come here. Okay, this is the one with 90. This is the one with 291 MB. So now I'm going to play. Sorry, I played it with the same player. So let me return it back. Let me play the other one. So now I'm going to reduce this and keep it aside, one side. So now let me play the other video in. Okay, this is the one with the 291 MB. I'm going to play it with another player so that you see the difference between the two videos. Okay, you can see this is the two videos. This is the other one. Let me reduce it so that it will be the same thing. So now you can see from these two videos now, this is the one with 93 MB and this is the one with 291 MB. You can see from their name, the one with Filmora and the other one I exported separately. So now you can see that. Let me try and see how to play the videos with a lesser volume so that, or let me show the volume so that it won't disturb the recording. So now you can see when as two of them, the two videos are actually playing, but you can see that the videos the terms of quality, they are almost the same. So now you can see that both of them, checking on their quality, you can see that there are no much changes in the two videos. You can see even from this, check out from the right top of themselves, you are going to see that they are still the same thing. I'm just trying to increase it so that it becomes the same size with this.
If you're still watching this video and you have not yet considered subscribing to my channel, please hit on the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that you get notified each time I upload new videos.
So you can see this is how I've been able to step down the size of my video to a very lesser size. So I believe you might have learned from this particular tutorial. If you have any difficulty or any question you want me to handle, you can actually drop in the comment box below. Also, if you have any video idea you want me to work with, because really getting ideas for videos is usually sometimes difficult, but if you have any one you want me to work on, you can actually drop in the comment box below. I'll try my best to see how to do that for you. Until next time, this is where I'm going to stop for this particular tutorial. Ensure you watch other of my videos so as to learn more from this particular series of tutorials. Until next time, bye.
Careful.